That Saturday afternoon, my daughter and I went to the supermarket near our house. We had a little weekly agreement. If she behaved well and helped me tidy up her toys, she could choose a small gift. Maybe a comic book, a new box of crayons, or sometimes just her favorite snack. That week, she had been especially well behaved. Not only did she clean up her toys, but she also helped me take the clothes out of the washing machine to hang them up. I thought to myself, this time, maybe she can pick something a little bigger. At the toy section, Mew stopped in front of a stuffed bunny wearing a sparkly purple lace dress. She picked it up, examined it, then looked at me with bright eyes. "Mommy, I really like this one." I checked the price, nearly $400, a bit more than I had planned to spend. It had been an expensive month, and I hesitated before gently saying, "Sweetheart, this bunny is a bit pricey. How about choosing something else?" We still have lots of stuffed animals at home, don't we? I expected whining, or at least a pout, but no. Mew smiled softly, put the bunny back on the shelf, and held my hand. "Okay, let's go look at comic books instead, Mommy." I paused for a moment, a little stunned. That was it? No whining, no sadness, no complaints. We walked over to the book section together, and she picked out a children's comic book for $45 VN, hugging it to her chest as if she'd just received a treasure. When we got home, I thought the matter was settled. But what surprised me was that the next day, Mew took out her box of colored pencils and some paper, and spent the entire morning busily drawing in her room. When I went to check, Mew held up a drawing of the bunny, its purple dress painted with watercolors, sparkling with glitter dots that she had borrowed from my old craft box. "Look, Mom, I drew a bunny yesterday. Now it's mine." She smiled brightly. I felt both amused and touched. All morning, she hugged the drawing as if it were a real toy. And I realized that what made her happy wasn't the expensive toy, but her imagination, creativity, and a gentle attitude of being joyful with what she already has. I used to think that children are little consumers, always demanding, wanting more, and easily upset if they don't get what they want. But my daughter taught me the opposite. When we don't get what we want, we can still choose to be happy with what we have. Not getting to buy the real bunny, she drew it instead. Not having her absolute favorite, she chose something else that still made her happy. She didn't cry or throw a tantrum, she simply chose joy. Within my current means and within her own limits. As an adult, a mother, I suddenly felt small. Because many times I have sulked or felt upset just because a trip was postponed, a meal wasn't as expected, or a small wish wasn't fulfilled. Meanwhile, a 5-year-old child could happily draw the toy she couldn't buy, and see that as happiness. From my daughter, I learned the meaning of knowing enough. Not giving up dreams, but knowing when to stop in order to keep joy. Knowing enough doesn't mean living in scarcity, but realizing that true happiness is not about having more, but about loving what you already have. Children are often judged as playful or demanding, but if adults watch closely, they will see. Children have a much fuller way of living than we do. They smile at a falling leaf, delight in a scribbled drawing, and find happiness in a hug. Adults sometimes forget how to appreciate these simple things. To all parents like me, who want to give their children the best, maybe the greatest gift we can give is not a new toy, but the way of living that appreciates and finds joy in what we have. Sometimes teaching children is not about giving more, but walking alongside them so they learn to live gently, creatively, and contentedly, without stopping to dream. Let children have roots, strong values that cherish the small things, and give them wings, imagination and joy from within, so that no matter the circumstances, they can create their own happiness. Because when children learn to be happy with what they have, they will never live in a sense of lack, even if nothing is abundant. Please like and subscribe to follow more stories from Roots and Wings. Thank you so much for watching.